On now, military prosecutors have announced new charges against Sgt Bergdahl, the deserter in Afghanistan, labeling his actions as, quote, misbehavior before the enemy. We looked that up, and that charge hasn't been used much since the 1940s. So what does it mean, and why is it important?
I think this is brilliant from the prosecutor's point of view, because what they have with desertion, up to 20 years, this misbehavior, which hasn't been used since the 40s, it's been used a little bit, but not that much, that could carry up to a life sentence. Just his leaving, his deserting, and leaving his company and leaving his comrades to go look for him, that could be misbehavior before the enemy. It's actually an easier charge to make, even though it hasn't been made very often, than is desertion, and carries more time. Now, on the defense side, they'll say, wait a second, what do you mean this misbehavior thing? That's back in the 1940s. Nobody's used that. Why are you dredging this? You must be really dredging something up. You must be stretching to get there. And
it's still in the Uniform Code, though.
Absolutely, it's right here in the Uniform Code.
At some level, though, when you look at this and you consider, as you pointed out, the difference in possible penalties. For desertion, 20 years, misbehavior before the enemy, a life sentence. It seems like they're really throwing the book at this guy.
But you do that as a prosecutor. I mean, as a former prosecutor myself, you did. I mean, you throw everything you can, everything against the kitchen sink, knowing that some things are not going to fit and some things are, and that's what you're going to go with. But you always want to go with a higher charge, the one that's going to get you the most time. And for this one, for them to go back to the 1940s and pull this out, again, I think it's
Are they trying to twist his arm into a plea deal?
They may be, but so far he has not been amenable to a plea deal. Remember, he was caught out in California a couple of weeks ago, just out. Why he was even left, I believe, I don't know, consorting with people that were, it was a marijuana bust. I mean, he wasn't part of that, but he was out there. He's shown no remorse at this point.
Interestingly enough, we'll see if this new charge changes his feelings there. Sometimes a possibility of life prison.
Looking at that, dangling that in front of you, it might
change your perspective a little bit. All right, Wiehl, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Patty Ann?